Another one of my qualities that I use in my mindset to make it to the top was sacrifice. Man, sacrifice was one of the hardest things that you ever do not want to do because it is what it says it is. It's a sacrifice. And to be number one at something, if you don't make the sacrifices that's required to make it to the top, you ain't gonna make it to the top. Sacrifice, you know, it's hard, but it's easy also, because, you know, when you want to be the best, you ain't gonna be the best if you don't make any sacrifices. When I was in college, you know, my main goal when I was in college was to graduate. So there were a lot of times, you know, that I'd be in my room studying my butt off, studying hard, and I hear the guys out there, you know, I'm in the dorm, and they yelling they running up and down the hall, yelling toga, it's time to go to this toga party. And I'm like, oh man, I want to go to that party, but I gotta make this sacrifice because I gotta study these accounting, you know, courses, and if I want to graduate on top and I want to be on top, those are the sacrifices I had to make. Sometimes you want to be in a relationship with somebody, but then again, you know, you need to make that sacrifice to do what it is that you want to do. And that was another sacrifice that I knew I had to make. So there was so many times that I turned down, so many. There were so many girls that I turned down that, you know, wanted to hang out with me, and I was like, yeah, I'd like to do that, but I got to study for the accounting exam, so I'm going to have to catch you next time. Most of the time I just avoided it altogether for the most part, and sometimes it was easy, sometimes it was hard, but you know, like I said, I was willing to make those sacrifices because I wanted to graduate, and I wanted to graduate on the top of my class, so I had that in my mind that was what I was going to do, and that's what I did, because, you know, I wanted to be number one, and I wanted to graduate, like I said, at the top of my class, and that's what I did. So we fast forward on to, oh man, working for the police department. You know, there was so many sacrifices I had to make there. You know, keeping myself straight, keep staying out of trouble, not doing some of the things that I wanted to do, like hanging out at these clubs late at night, drinking and partying and all that kind of stuff. I couldn't do all of that because, you know, like I said, I was trying to be a good example. But those are the sacrifices I was willing to make because I was doing what I truly loved doing, and that's working for the police department. So I had that passion, had that determination, so I had to make those sacrifices in order for it to work. Then came bodybuilding, and I think the sacrifices I had to make in bodybuilding are some of the hardest sacrifices I've ever had to make in my whole entire life. There were many times that I wanted to cheat on the diet. There were many times I wanted to go out and party. There were many times I wanted to, you know, hang with a girlfriend or something. There were many times that, you know, I wanted to go to the movies. There were many times I wanted to go out and eat. There were many times that, you know, I wanted to, you know, just stay up, watch TV, and not have the, you know, not have to think about, you know, when my next meal was going to be. Man, there was so many sacrifices I had to make. There were many times that I couldn't go hang with the family. When we would have family outings, like, you know, 4th of July, all these other family holidays, sometimes around Thanksgiving and Christmas. There was so many sacrifices I had to make. I couldn't go be with them. Relationships. At one time, I was dating somebody that was in the industry, and that made it a little bit easier. So there were times that I wasn't. So I had to sacrifice those relationships and not just be in one, and just be selfish and, you know, just concentrate solely on myself. So there were so many sacrifices I had to make, and you know, you do what it takes to get you on the top. So those sacrifices were quite easy in that aspect. So, you know, then when I wanted to go to the club, you know, and I was thinking like, no, I want to be number one. I can't go to the club. Whatever kind of club, strip club, you know, dance club. I couldn't go. When I wanted to have a drink, couldn't have no drinks. When I wanted to have a glass of wine, a glass of beer, or anything, you know, I had to sacrifice all that stuff. When I want to go to the movies, oh man, there was so many times, so many movies I wanted to go see, and I just couldn't do it because I had to make the sacrifice to eat certain food at certain time, you know, because when it comes to eating, you got to weigh and measure food, and you got to eat at the same time every single day. So once you get on a strict regimen, you just got to make all these sacrifices and stick to doing what you are doing so that you can accomplish the goal of being on top and making it to the top. And once you get on top, you want to stay on top. So there are so many sacrifices that I had to make, you know, with family, friends, hanging out with friends, girlfriends, wives, kids. I mean, whatever it was, you know, I had to make those sacrifices, and I did, and that's why I was on top for so long.